Hello kids and welcome back to a new video. This is teacher Farah Zuraiqi from Oxford Schools and I hope you're doing super well. Alright, in today's video we will be learning all about the target vocabulary of our new selection, Penguin Check. In this video we'll be covering pages 206 and 207. Alright, now let's get started. The first word that we'll be learning today is whipped. Whipped. Whipped means the feet of animals like penguins, because a penguin is a bird with big whipped feet. Its toes are joined by thin skin. The layer over here, this skin that connects toes together, makes the feet whipped. Whipped. Why? Because it is a bird. Penguins are birds. So whipped feet or hands have skin connecting the toes or fingers, and this is very common among birds, like ducks, swans, and geese. Alright. Waterproof. Waterproof. Penguins' feathers are waterproof, which keeps the birds warm and dry. What does it mean though? Being waterproofed, when a material is waterproof, it does not let water pass through it. This is why once they splash in water, the water will slide right on their bodies and they will be dry again. So their feathers are waterproof to keep them warm and dry. Waterproof. Waterproof. As in, it does not let water pass through it. Steer. 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 Whipped feet help penguins steer through the cold Antarctic water. Whipped feet help penguins steer through the cold Antarctic water. What does that mean though? To steer as in to control the way it moves and to control the directions. This is why we call the handle to steer the car steering, because we steer the car with it. So, to steer something is to control the way it moves. We have steerings in cars, race cars, bicycles, and a lot of other things. So, to steer as in to move the way it moves and to change it. So, whipped feet help penguins steer through the cold Antarctic water. To steer as in to control the way it moves. Whistle, whistle, whistle. The T is silent. It is very cold in Antarctica. The wind makes a high sharp sound like a whistle. Winds, when the wind moves really high and really quickly, it makes a lot of sounds. So they sometimes resemble the sound of the wind like a whistle. This is why here they are mentioning that the wind sounds like a whistle. It is very cold in Antarctica. The wind makes a high sharp sound like a whistle. What does it mean? A whistle is a sharp high sound made by blowing air. This is why you can whistle with your own mouth by blowing air out. So, a whistle is a sharp high sound made by blowing air. Whistle. Otherwise. Otherwise. The penguin father keeps his egg warm. Otherwise, the egg might get too cold. The penguin father keeps his egg warm. Otherwise, the egg might get too cold. What does it mean? So when we mention the word otherwise in our sentence, it means that we are in a situation and we will mention another situation after using this word. So here the first situation is the penguin father keeps his egg warm. Otherwise, if he didn't do that, it means that the egg might get too cold. And if eggs get too cold, they wouldn't hatch. This is why we need warmth to cover the eggs with to make them hatch and grow. So, again, remember, kids, once we use the word otherwise, it means we have situation A and situation B. Situation B differs from situation A. Otherwise is used to show that a situation will be different if something specific does not happen. So, otherwise is used to show that a situation will be different if something specific does not happen. Over here, if the eggs weren't given warmth, they wouldn't grow and hatch. Junior, junior. At 5 months, a junior penguin is still younger than an adult. At 5 months, a junior penguin is still younger than an adult. 5 months. That's very young. A junior is a person or an animal is younger than others in a group. This is why we have words like junior and senior. Senior as in the oldest in a group. Junior is the younger ones in a group. So, these little cuties over here, they are the juniors of this group over here of penguins. Slippery, slippery, slippery. The scientist tries not to slide on the ice. The ice is very slippery to walk on. Slippery. The scientist, this person over here, tries not to slide on the ice. Oh my god, but the ice is very slippery to walk on. What does that mean? If something that is slippery, it means it is smooth, wet, or greasy, which makes people slip on it. It is difficult to walk on or to hold. So, if something is slippery, we always fall. If you have walked on slippery things, you'll fall on your back or on your face because it is hard to walk on or to hold. Finally, finally, these penguin chicks finally grew up and became adult penguins. Again, do you remember the life cycle of animals? They keep growing from being chicks to being full adult penguins. And that's finally happened. When you mention the word finally in a sentence, it means if something finally happens, it happens after a long wait or in the end. So you can use the word finally once you sequence events or orders. You use the word finally after a long wait or in the end. Alright, kids, I hope you have learned something new. Thank you for watching.